One of my areas of curatorial responsibility at the Met is 18th century British painting. And I was excited with this gallery to have the opportunity to complicate the geography of what we consider 18th century British art. We've included a pair of very generous loans from our colleagues in the American wing that are paintings made by artists who are now considered founding figures in the history of American art, but who were actually working in London at the time, which was the destination for ambitious painters from North America at the end of the 18th century.
As many times as I've seen this painting, I never can get over how wonderful the cocked elbow is.
Fabulous.
That's a motif that goes right back to the High Renaissance. Copley has clearly studied it, and also its different permutations in the work of artists working in England, like Van Dyck, like Reynolds. It conveys so much swagger, so much confidence, but at the same time, he's so young, he's so fragile looking in many ways. He's about to embark on this very dangerous career as a midshipman in the British Navy. And I think that Copley has so skillfully captured that mixture of youth, but also courage.
And also, I think it's important to say he is a child of great privilege. You know, he's serving on the ship of his father, and he grows up to become a rear admiral as well. But I agree with you, there's just that wonderful sensitivity. And of course, Copley is seen as the most important painter working in the British American colonies because he can capture this intensity of character, personality. There's a really living quality to his figures on canvas, but also what this character, this young boy, conveys in terms of it being a product of empire in a sense.
This massive history painting by John Trumbull gives our presentation of 18th century British and Anglo-American painting a real jolt, I think. It's an image of imperial warfare, an image of death.
It's an image that celebrates the heroism, the nobility of British soldiers, and by extension, the British Empire. And I think that that context becomes a little more clear when it's shown surrounded by other British as opposed to American paintings.
And what Trumbull has chosen to focus on, certainly the drama of the fight, the battle, the incredible sky, even the Rock of Gibraltar, was illuminated by those flares. And the focus on this very poignant death of this Spanish officer who was resisting the assistance offered by the British. So this homage to, of course, the pain of war, but also the nobleness of the cause, even though they're on different sides. And I think it underlies the point that we're talking about colonial societies, right? I mean, so this is the British-American, Anglo-American narrative in art history and geopolitics.
And I think when you see this in dialogue with the often very placid or tranquil grand portraits of British aristocrats that we also have on display, it makes clear some of the historical context that was undergirding the flowering of British culture and power in the 18th century.